It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's a Monday morning and this is your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, when we experience huge and very important life milestones like moving house or city, having children, getting engaged or married, we usually spend some time thinking about how we will post about it on social media, right? So when it comes to weddings, in fact, creating a social media experience for this has become almost compulsory. It's like it didn't happen if it wasn't on social media, creating that hashtag that people can then, of course, follow and then follow exactly what's going on. It's so essential to today, right?
I know, people are utilizing social media to the max, but today we're asking, when the relationship ends, how do you go about announcing that you have broken up or you are getting a divorce from your partner on social media? Now, we have our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, in the building to discuss this with us, and our lines are open. So if you have any comments or questions, we would love to hear from you. That number is 021-430-9881. Please engage with us. Please call us if you have a comment or a question.
All right.
I'm seeing there isn't any. It's over. I'm heartbroken.
I was about to say that it's all like
Termination.
it's all the hookup stuff, not the disengaging
breakup
stuff.
stuff.
Exactly.
No one wants to break up.
But let's take it one step back.
Yes.
Why has it become so important that relationships be affirmed on social media? It's almost like if we're not Facebook official, then we're not official. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
Why has that become so important to have a relationship status on social media?
Because we live our entire lives on social media. I'm really interested in this topic, Kat, because it is such a heartbreaking topic. And it's such a private, intimate, personal experience that people have. Yet, as you say, it becomes so important that we turn to social media immediately. It's like almost in a heartbeat. You've had a real experience in real life, and then you pick up your device and you have to announce it or in some way engage with your community, your public, your social beings to let them know what's happening. And it's quite interesting because specifically with this ending of a relationship, you actually, what you're doing is having two breakups. You're having an in real life breakup as well as having a social media breakup. Because you have to disengage on social media more even than with the person. If you're just having a breakup with somebody like one used to back in the day before social media, it was kind of quite simple and, as I say, quite intimate, where you and somebody had to go through the horrible experience of ending something that had been very significant to you. But it was private. Here, you now also have to disengage with this person online. You don't just end it in real life. You have to consider all the different new ethical conundrums that have now popped up for us online, which one would never have had to consider before. And because there isn't like a whole lot of research into this, we're left a little without anchor because we don't really know how to go about doing it. And I've got some great ideas to offer people on how to go about ending your relationship so that it becomes as little harmful, as least harmful as possible. Because we know that with social media, the pain is intensified and the process of getting over this person takes longer.
That's right. Well, Dr. Eve, I mean, you know, in the beginning of relationship, you're so excited to say in a relationship, but I mean, when my relationship ended, I think I was more embarrassed to now change it to single. I just completely removed the option. I'm like, we are just going to completely hide that option away. But we live in a world where, we live in an age where it's so popular to post about your relationship online. What's your take on that?
I think it's narcissistic.
I mean, some people even go to the lengths of saying, I'll break up with you if you don't acknowledge me on social media and click accept that, like, you are dating Usbani Bani. If you don't accept, then
Why? So it's just a whole lot of pressure to actually get into a commitment. Is that what you're saying, Kat? It's like acknowledging.
I think people kind of use that as a means of establishing commitment to people. Don't you think, though?
I think that's pretty awful. I think it's unhealthy.
But I think some people do that.
Yeah, and maybe I'm going to come back to what you're saying. You know, why is it this big status thing still? And we did a show on this a little while ago about we did it, you and Leanne and I, the status of being in a relationship. You're not successful if you're not in a relationship,
we had that chat.
We did that. So I think that's where it comes in. It's like, you know, I have met somebody, or I'm in a relationship now, or I have some kind of status, which is really disturbing. But I think, you know, we want to focus on the breakup and the heartache that social media brings to breakups and look at some of the dilemmas that people are really being faced with and how to not be impulsive and get onto social media immediately and announce it, because it has repercussions around that as well.
Yeah.
But Dr. Eve, I can't help but notice often
What?
when couples, they overpost and then
Oh,
shortly
goodness.
after that they break up.
Yes.
So it's almost like they're trying to show the world everything's okay,
Yes,
but meanwhile
indeed.
it's not.
Yeah, I had this really weird experience this weekend where I'm a voyeur on Facebook. I don't participate at all, only in my professional one. And I have been watching a couple of friends who I know, and I've seen him kind of live his entire relationship out with his girlfriend. And suddenly there was a photo of him with another person, another woman. And I'm thinking, what happened? Is he betraying her? And I got caught up in the romance of their whole relationship. And now he's with somebody else. Is he cheating on her? Has she disappeared? Has she? I mean, what?
Dr. Eve, you are part of the problem. You are part of the
I'm
problem.
an observer of human relationships, and it's like, what really happened? So this is the confusion that we're
Yeah.
into, they're into as well.
All right, so we're going to keep our lines open, 0214309881. We're talking about making your relationship status known on social media.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on that? Give us a call. We'll be back with Dr. Eve shortly.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're jumping straight into our relationship talk with Dr. Eve, and they say nothing's FBO, Facebook official, unless you put it on social media.
FBO.
Facebook official.
Okay.
But what
Okay.
if you need to change that
Didn't know that one.
status online? Well, we have Dr. Eve here to help us, and of course, our lines are open. If you would love to give us a call or you have a comment or a question, that number is 021-430-9881. Dr. Eve, changing that status from in a relationship to whatever it needs to be changed to, whether it's complicated, single, we're over, it's never an easy thing to
Yeah.
do. What's the best way to go about it?
Okay, so depending on how the breakup happened, that is how you then should carry on your status, or you should announce your status. So there are a number of different ways today that people break up. We have such a thing called ghosting. I'm sure you're familiar with this.
I've
You're
been
young.
ghosted.
You've been ghosted. That is so swak. That is terrible
Horrible.
for anybody to do that. Ghosting, for people who don't know, is you just disappear. You just disappear. And then there's breadcrumbing, right? Breadcrumbing is when you kind of string somebody along and you drop them little messages and show a little bit of interest every now and then, but you never really committed to anything. So you left hanging on waiting for this person. And then there's something new, which is called benching, where you have been dating and you've seen them, but they disappear for weeks. And then they come back as if nothing's happened, and then they continue engaging with you and even taking you out, but you really feel like this is going nowhere. So depending on how bad the breakup was, that's going to determine how you're going to respond online and announce yourself over here. A few of the things that you should not be doing is don't put up your Facebook profile when you're drunk. Because you're going to regret it the next
So
day.
don't drink and post.
Exactly.
Don't drink
right.
and post and voice note.
Don't drink and post and voice note. You don't want to be stalking this person afterwards. It
Yeah.
can get kind of messy. You also, when people end the relationship, and I like it's complicated because I think it's more, I think that's more honest. Don't live out the breakup via social media. Don't post tweets that are going to be harmful and insulting to this person and
Yeah.
revengeful. Don't be revengeful around it by making them jealous, by posting pictures of, I'm so happy now, and me and my new partner, or me and my girls having such fun now. Don't do that. Don't put up stuff that is going to be quite inflammatory, that could then provoke a response from the other person. And I come back to living out your relationship that you haven't ended in real life in a very elegant way, but you continue it on social media.
Yeah.
So those things are, pretty harmful.
I have a problem with it's complicated
Tell me
because
why.
the moment I feel personally, when you put that up, now it warrants people asking you to explain.
Yeah.
Why is it complicated?
Yes.
Are you a fan of, let's say, changing the status and then putting out, as Hollywood stars do, let's say, that statement that says, please know that me and Sibani Bani have decided to split ways.
Yes.
It is a mutually agreed decision.
Yes.
Please respect our privacy. Ask no further questions. And put that out as a
Absolutely.
statement instead of just kind of going from in a relationship to we're done and now people want to know. Or it's complicated, now people want to
So
know.
you think that that's like inviting people to talk to you and
Yeah,
ask
so rather
for,
just kind of nip it in the bud.
be clear. But but I think that I agree with you, but I think that that's how people feel.
Yeah.
But then again, it's because they're living their lives out on social media rather than managing it themselves or between the couple that they haven't really ended or terminated in a way that's, that's really quite final.
Yeah.
Be really careful about stalking. Be really careful about being so present. So,
Yeah.
Zoe, go ahead.
I was just going to say, what about just a no-go zone about posting so much detail about your
Yeah.
relationship on social media?
Well, depending on how much you are using social media, if you are using
Okay.
social media to live your life generally, you're going to definitely want to get online and live your breakup online as well, which,
Okay.
I mean, everyone's, it's quite a personal thing.
Okay.
But I think it's very important to be able to block somebody when you're done.
Yeah. I tell you what,
Go
we're going to take a
ahead.
short break from this.
Yes.
It's quite a hectic subject, but 021-430-9881 is our number. Give us a call. Give us your questions or comments.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, we're back again with Dr. Eve. Relationship Talk Mondays. We're talking about when your relationship has been posted about on social media, now the breakup comes. How do you go about handling that? Some people are ghosted on. Somebody just disappears. So how do you really go about handling that? Some people like to just remove all traces of you,
I mean,
Delete the
but you see,
photos.
that's the heartache of it.
Yeah.
Is that, I mean, there are apps that are now developed to actually get you to untag any photo, any video, any connection that you have, because this ongoing, it's almost like a trauma, that you're exposed to this trauma all the time you get onto any of your social media platforms where you were communicating or you were posting. How do you delete all of that? It's a
friend of-
constant reminder to you every time you get onto social media.
Yeah, well, there was something I was wondering about because I did go back and delete the photos, not that there were many.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine actually encouraged me not to do it because she said it's part of your past. It was part of your life. So don't
Yeah,
go
it
back and
depends on
delete it.
how pained you feel or how positive you feel or how amicable or how bad it was. So if, for example, there was a relationship where there was violence, where there was abuse, where there was infidelity, you don't want any reminders because it
Yeah.
re-traumatizes you all the time. And that thing on Facebook of like our happy day or what's
Oh,
it
the
called?
memories.
Oh, the memories.
The memories. And then suddenly they just arrive
Just
and here
quick.
you've got all that stuff. So this is a re-traumatizing, which you wouldn't have before there was social
Yeah.
media happening.
We've got a caller on the line. Ashley calling us from Joburg. Good morning.
Good morning, Katleho.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very well. Thanks for the call. What is your question or your comment?
I just wanted to know, Katleho, like, I have this problem with my ex. My ex, like, his statuses, and I can't block him from my WhatsApp or my Facebook because, unfortunately, we have a child together.
Okay.
So his status is saying that he's so over his ex. He doesn't even know who the hell she is anymore. Like things like that, and it's getting to me. Understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just wanted to know, like, how do I even know that I'm over him?
So how do you know that you're over him?
Yeah, because even though I see him,
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I get
I love what
angry
you're
and things
saying.
like that.
I can just hear in your voice that there is anger and there's pain where you are constantly exposed to him. And here it is a relation. It sounds like it didn't end very well, your relationship with him, Ashley.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So this is not a good relationship and they share a child.
Yeah.
So he is doing what I spoke about earlier. He is living out the relationship on social media and doing all of this revenge posting, which really, really hurts her.
Yeah.
I think you've got to find another way of communicating. You've got to get off the WhatsApp. I mean, it can become quite obsessive if you're constantly looking at the last time they were online, what they're doing, what they're saying. I keep repeating, it's re-traumatizing.
I
Zoe.
think also on Facebook there is the option to unfollow someone, so
Yeah.
you're still friends with them on Facebook, but you don't see their statuses. It doesn't
Exactly,
come up
and
on your
all their
timeline,
posting.
So
which
you
I think
choose when you want to.
Yes, maybe
exactly.
puts barriers like that in place.
Totally.
To also
Be
not
more in control.
Be exposed to his statuses.
Exactly. Be
Yeah.
more in control of your situation. The other ways of communicating.
Yeah, and people also need to be very careful with the whole social media thing because depending on what you say and how it affects another person, whether it's disparaging towards their personality, legal action can be taken
Exactly.
against you for
Exactly.
doing something like that. So be careful. But Ashley, thank you so much for sharing your
Yes.
thoughts with us and sharing your situation with us. Gosh, I even wanted to ask the question, so what do you do when you get into a new relationship and your new partner says, oh, well, now you need to go back and delete all the pictures of everything else in the past?
well,
Do
I
you
think
say-
you got to
but
get rid of that
that
person.
is a topic for another day.
Exactly.
Okay, but
Get rid of
Dr.
the
Eve,
other bit.
thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And as always, thanks, babe.
Thank you.